at the world, you will see that when great reorderings of society are brought about, we take hold of the educational machinery, whether it be in England or America, or Soviet Union or Germany. It is through the teaching profession that we attempt to mold the minds and hearts of the younger people and make them fit citizens for the community which we wish to build. In our Constitution, it is laid down that we have to build a civilized society which is based on the freedom of the human spirit, economic opportunities for all, and social justice. These are the primary ideals which we have incorporated in our Constitution. But are we attempting to instill these ideals into the minds of our pupils? We are getting mechanized minds with mechanized faces, with routine reactions to the challenges which are presented to us. It is essential that we should preserve the free spirit of man, to which we owe all the great advantages which have accrued to civilization. From the beginning of our history down till today, it is the free spirit of man that has revolutionized the social order and brought about great changes in society. If we wish to do so, we should also preserve the freedom of the human spirit. In that great classic, the Bhagavad Gita, the teacher propounds his views and then says, Arjuna, yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Even as you choose, so do you. I don't wish to impose my views on you. I have presented to you what I think is right. And now it is for your conscience, for your judgment, for your mind to decide what is right. So it is from the beginning. We have said there is nothing greater than the freedom of the human spirit. Atma labhan na param vidyate. There is nothing greater than the possession of the human soul. We should not be lost in the worldly affairs or series of happenings, but we should preserve our inwardness, our freedom, our subjectivity, our capacity to sit in judgment on things and mold not merely the environment, but also our own nature to conform to the ideals we have set before ourselves. That is what we have set store by, and we should never lose that quality of a free spirit of man. All the great achievements of the world in art and architecture, in philosophy and religion, in science and technology, are due not to a man who is a slave of his environment, but who is a master of his environment, and who is able, therefore, to recast his environment in any manner he chooses. So the freedom of the human spirit must be the ideal which every teacher should have before himself. And the other ideals are, we must try to free the human being from the economic servitude to which he is subjected in many, many cases. Millions of our people are not able to know what the spirit is. How could they know when they do not have the elementary necessities of food, clothing, and shelter? So we must make our pupils and our other people understand that we want the free spirit of man, not merely because we want to enjoy our freedom, but we want that freedom to be scattered, to be distributed, to be enjoyed by all. That enjoyment is not possible unless you free the human being from the economic disabilities from which he suffers. So it is that we are progressing in the scientific and the technological side. Social justice is another ideal we have. In this country we have suffered whenever divisions prevailed over unity. whenever dissensions took hold of us, whenever we regarded ourselves as members of this caste or that group, this community or the other, so long as such distinctions were given priority and we forgot our obligations to man as man and allowed them to be overcome by such insanities, we suffered. If we want to build up a social structure worthy of our country, of our inheritance, we must remove all the disabilities from which people have been suffering, the oppressed men and women we have in such large numbers. It was rather unfortunate, I felt, that when about 85 people were being awarded, you had only 6 women there. It does show that still they are struggling, they are striving to come forward. We must give them all the facilities we possibly can to encourage our women, and they are as capable as men are. Whatever you may say, given the opportunities, they do quite as well. We should try to give them all the opportunities which are open to other people. So social justice and economic progress and freedom of the human spirit, these are the ideals we have worked into our Constitution. Teachers may give them a knowledge of facts. It is also necessary that they should give their pupils a knowledge of values. Facts and values both go together. I thank you and I congratulate the recipients. I ask them to regard this not on account of its value or distinction it confers, but as a symbol of the importance we attach to the teaching profession and that community. Thank you.